The leftover lead scraps from when we did the keel. We're going to melt some lead today, but it's not going to be anything near like what we were doing when we poured the keel. We're just melting up a little bit today to put in the centerboard. I believe it was about a 6 by 9 inch rectangle and like a 1/2 inch deep. So we're not talking about hardly any. I'm probably going to make a couple little lead bars while I'm at it if I've got any left over. We're just going to melt this in a coffee can. Here I'm making a couple of little plywood boxes. I can make some little lead weights, little ingots out of. This is like a couple inches by 3 inches. This one's still working on. I've got the lead on out here. Got quite a fire. A lot of my lead is just shavings from when we chainsawed that old keel apart. We'll reference some of the episode numbers of when we went and got the lead and tore it apart and melted it down for the keel. We got a pretty good fire going here. I can't find my freaking grate for the barbecue grill, but I found a piece of metal that'll do. And it may wind up that I gotta just sit that right down in the coals, but I actually think we're already getting somewhere, and that hadn't been on there very long. It's melting down. Didn't take much. It was so hard to melt a keel. This is coming right along. I still got quite a bit of scrap in this bucket. So I got the centerboard laid out here, and well, I've got the level on the spot where the lead's going in, but I wanted to make sure that it was level because I want to fill that up as evenly, as smoothly as I can. And I got these two little boxes I made over here. Whatever I got left over, I'm gonna pour in there and just make some little lead weights. It turned out to be pretty nice. I was afraid it was gonna rain. It's National Pet Day. Look at those two. Anyway, we poured the lead in here, and it kind of splattered a little bit because it was kind of boiling the moisture out of the plywood. So you kind of got to be careful about that, but it just poured right in there, and all the dirt and junk came to the surface, so we'll be able to get that out of there. It's not as full as it could be, but it's plenty. The idea is to have weight just so this thing won't float, so when the centerboard's dropped, it goes down. So I think we'll put some thickened epoxy in over that and probably fiberglass over the whole thing. So anyway, I'm still melting a little bit more lead. I'm going to make a couple of weights, but other than that, it went really well. So I'm pretty happy about it. More later. Okay, and then here's where we poured the lead in the centerboard, and you can see a couple of little burn marks where that lead kind of spilled out over the edge of there, but those pieces were able to be put back in the lead while it was still hot and melted back into it. And last night I made some thickened epoxy and just covered over all this, and so now it's considerably smoother and much closer to the edge here. I can still feel a little indentation there. We may put a little more in there, but I'm thinking to just put fiberglass cloth over this whole thing and seal that up. The other thing that I noticed is, well, this was actually on the rudder. This marine plywood is not supposed to have any voids, but back here, right there was a pretty good little hole in the ply. So since I had some thickened epoxy anyway, I just went ahead and crammed that in there. So should be good. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.